All right. Thank you guys for being here. I'm just going to make Tammy host here so I can, oh no, not Manda. Sorry. 1 second. Make Tammy host so I can focus on what I'm doing and what I'm saying. All right. So, okay. So I'm glad to see you guys here. This might be a little bit longer of a live today because I have some things that I want to say before we get started, and so it might take up a little bit of time, and I will try to get through as many people. I can hang out till about 1:30. So a lot of you know that I took a personal day on Saturday. Thank you guys for being so amazing about that, by the way. I definitely had a lot of personal care things that I had to catch up on this weekend. And like you guys have heard me talk about before, that when there is a situation going on in our lives where it's very stressful or we're feeling run down or whatnot, it's extraordinarily important to take that self-care time. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's hard for me to do, to call off a Saturday or a whole weekend. I'll like push it off a day or something usually, but usually I don't cut off like the entire weekend and say, sorry guys, I have to take a personal day, but I had to this weekend. And I'm going to try to get through this without crying, but you guys have to understand that I am overwhelmed by what is going on in the world right now. And I don't know how to get through to everybody that is listening, to the people that I'm seeing, to my friends and family. I don't know how to get through to you guys anymore. You guys have to understand that I deal with death every single day. I talk to the people that are on that side. And because of that, I guess, because they don't speak English, French, Spanish, any kind of physical language the same way that we do, they speak symbology. So, and you guys have heard me say this a million times, they speak symbolically, right? Symbolically through many different signs and symbols and different ways. But the thing is, it's like any language. The more that you understand that language, the easier it is to read all of this around you. So for whatever reason, maybe for that reason, I've been able to see, to kind of pull my perspective back, I guess. And please understand that I have to use code words because I'm trying so hard to make sure that this does not get deleted. But you might want to record it personally if you want to make sure that you have a copy of this reading, because I can't guarantee this will stay up if I accidentally slip and say some words I'm not supposed to. For whatever reason, I've been able to ask a lot more questions than it seems like most people are asking when it comes to what I call the lethal injection. Because if you look up the definition of what they're calling it, the thing that starts with a V, it doesn't fit. We all know that when we had chickenpox as a kid, that you can be around other people with chickenpox, you're not going to get it again, because we're basically immunized from it once we have once we recover from that. Our bodies keep these antibodies, right? Anyway, so this is like normal common sense knowledge in my brain. Now, the world does what it's doing right now. And the little black box, which is what I'm going to call that thing that starts with a T and maybe ends with a V, or you know what I'm talking about, and the people that are behind that little black box are putting out this narrative that everybody needs to go and get this thing and it'll save your life. It won't stop you from getting this thing. It won't stop you from transferring this thing. It won't stop you from dying from this thing. But people are convinced that they should still do this. Now, I want you guys, the reason why I'm like upset right now and the reason why I had to take a personal day is because when they started pushing this, and I mean, we tell kids, don't go get in the van with a stranger who's offering you candy. Don't go, if they say, here, do you want to come see my puppy? Don't go do that. If somebody's bribing you to do something, you don't do it. Usually, common sense. So they offer $1 million lotteries and hamburgers and things like this. And people are like, okay, that sounds like a good idea to me. I can't grasp it because here it is. Now, here we sit a year later since these have been going out there. I want to tell you a little bit about my week, okay? So it starts last week with some people coming to me. This is why I'm trying not to cry. Because some people came to me and they were like, Tracy, my mom loved you. She was a huge fan of yours. And she passed a couple of months ago. Unexpected blood clots, unexpected cancers that are popping up all over the place, et cetera, et cetera. One thing after another, boom, boom, boom. She passed a couple of months ago, and now they're coming to see me. I know because of the research I did, when they start telling you, go get this thing and we'll bribe you, we'll give you all this, that, ding, 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 in my head goes, this can't be right. So I start researching and I start looking it up, and I'm not listening to the medical people that they're putting onto this little black box in front of our faces. I'm not listening to them because that's, again, they call it programming for a reason. That's what they want you to hear. I'm not listening to those guys. I'm listening to all of the medical professionals that are being censored, the ones that were standing on the legislative steps, who YouTube and all of the other, places, all of the other social media outlets took those things down, took their messages down. Dr. Jane Ruby and a whole bunch of other people, medical professionals, that are putting out these studies that the black box won't tell you about, that tell you what is in those things. So I get all these families that are coming to see me that, people that I talked to last year are now dead. My dad is dead. My stepdad's dead. My best friend's dad's dead. A bunch of my friends' dads and family members are dead. People are dying at the age of 30 and 40 all over the place right now from cancers and blood clots and all of this rare disorders. And people still can't grasp that this might be coming from the things that we're putting in our body. So then I have that, and I'm like, okay, so that reading was tough to get through, And then I do a reading with a lady that I sat on a plane with 1.5 years ago, who was fine when I was sitting next to her 1.5 years ago. And when she came to see me on Friday, her daughter was dead, and so was her husband. Now, her daughter died from suicide, in a sense, overdose. A lot of people can't deal with what's going on in the world around them, so they're looking for relief in whatever way they can find it. And this is a big war that's going on, so there's lots of things available to us that will not be good for us right now. And her husband, well, blood clots yet again. Then after that, yesterday I had a reading again with a lady whose son was not even in his 40s yet. This lady made it through. She healed from, what's the word I'm looking for? Recovered from cancer 4 times by using natural medicines and stuff. And now her son, who's I don't believe even 40 yet, is on his deathbed with blood clots and cancer. You guys, I don't tell you guys what to do, okay? I'm never here telling you guys what to do, but I'm begging you to please do your homework and start researching this, because I've learned something, and that is that God always gives us a choice. It's not a death sentence if you've had it, because there is still things that you can do to detox it from your body. There is things that are available to do that, but you have to start asking God the question of, how do I get detox from this? How do I find true healing? And as long as you keep looking towards these people, these puppets that have been programmed into us, that they're the ones that are supposed to know it all, and as long as you keep doing what they say, you're going to die, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. There's nothing I can do other than I'm going to be talking to you in spirit form instead of in physical form, and it's killing me. It's breaking my heart. So, that being said, I just want to remind you guys again, and I'm going to try to say this way and again in a way that's not going to trigger the censors. And I don't care if you guys think that I'm crazy at this point. I do not care. I want you to understand there's such a thing. Look up graphene oxide, okay? Graphene oxide. This is one of the things that's in this thing. Then I want you to look at that concert that just took place in, where was it? Somewhere in the States, anyway.
Texas. Well, Houston is Texas.
Yeah, okay, there we go. And now this concert got me real fired up, you guys, because of, here's something. Hold on one second. There's a book that was put out many years ago, and it is, give me 1 second to find it here, you guys. Right here. This book is called The New World Order, and it's written in 1989. It's written by Ralph Epperson, Epperson. Okay, I'm just gonna, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, if you guys can see this. See that? Now, all throughout this book, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, it talks about the COVID-19, exactly what we're going through right now. Literally, I just said those darn words, see? Shoot. But anyway, it talks about it. It's in here. Those statements are written in here. And it talks about how once they get this metal, this graphene oxide into your body, it's like a metal. Now, anybody who's ever played with an Etch-a-Sketch knows how you can manipulate metals. If you look at what happened with this concert and you understand that if you hit a certain frequency or a certain pitch, you can shatter glass. If you have those kinds of metals throughout your body and they hit a certain frequency, what happens? I know that the little black box is telling you that people were trampled, because yeah, that happens in everyday world, right? Like, we've only had outdoor concerts for how many decades, and people didn't get trampled before this all happened. That stuff didn't happen in America. How does that happen now? Because the artist, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to get flagged, played on the stage for 37 minutes while people in the crowd were dying. And they weren't just getting trampled. I saw the videos, and this is what you guys need to do, is when there's an event like that, as soon as it happens, you need to go on to all the social media sites, and you need to search it up immediately before they have a chance to pull it down. And what I saw rocked my soul to its core. Because I saw people posting pictures of their friends on the ground seizing and having seizures and their hearts exploding. And that is what caused this stampede of people trying to get out of this indoor arena. And people were rushing the stage, trying to get the artist to stop. And he wouldn't. They wouldn't stop for 37 minutes. That, my friends, is called a blood ritual. And they do them often. They sacrifice. November 4th and 5th in the satanic culture or satanic calendar, you can look this stuff up, is a huge sacrifice day. Now, see, because I talk to the dead and because I understand how to read these symbols and the symbology all around me, I know this stuff. And I watch the people that I love every day send their beautiful babies to the slaughter and make these choices and decisions because you feel like you have no other way out. I know there's people out there saying, but I have no choice. If I don't do this, if I don't take it, then I'm not going to have a job. You guys do not understand that you won't have your life, that job is only going to be another 2 or 3 years, maybe, until all these side effects kick in, and then you're not going to have your life. There is another job. I promise you there is another job. In your DNA is literally God. He's mixed in with your DNA. And when you ask the question, he will bring the answer. But he can't bring the answer until you ask the question. So if you're too busy feeling bad about the challenge of that you've been given about this thing, then you're never going to find the answer. If you say, okay, no matter what, I'm not going to give my life over to this work, over to this job, I'm not going to trade my life for this job. If you make that decision and you ask, okay, where's another way that I can provide? One will come in. One will be presented for you. I know, because I had to make that choice years ago. That's how I ended up here. I'm begging you guys to please just look up, research. Don't just believe whatever they're telling you. Look at what's going on in the world. And if you've already had this, I want you to go to a guy named John Baxter. He's one of the people, he's in the States, and he has been one of the only people that has been approved to start selling and using the Tesla technologies, healing technologies that are coming out. Now, these are the true healing technologies. It's all about frequencies. And these different technologies, that some of them you can already buy, and some of them, there's this one that I'm not going to go into great detail about now. I'm going to get to your readings here soon. But there's one literally that it's a machine that it's kind of like a humidifier. You put it in the corner of the room, and then it's got a book of all the different codes. You got bronchitis, put this code in there. You've got, you had a bunch of trauma, put this code in there. It will heal trauma. And then you put it in the corner of the room, and it just bathes the room in this frequency that literally heals the body. But this is banned in Canada. Why? Because then it would eliminate our need for doctors, right? You guys, the world is not going to go back to the way it was. And I know that a lot of people are just hoping that you can get along, just get along for now, do what they say for now. Eventually it's going to go back to the way it was. It's never going to go back to the way it was. Do you understand? It's never going to go back to the way it was. I wasn't going to say this all this morning. I decided against it. It's been in my head for the entire weekend, and I've been trying to fight it. I took a lot of personal time trying to okay, I can't just get up here and blurt all this out. But this morning in my meditation, I literally saw an angel stand in front of me, and they said to me, the angel said to me that my job was not to give you guys the answers. My job was to prove to you that they are real and that they are here and that they will guide you towards the answers. Because God doesn't ever give up on us. Even if you took this, I promise you, He didn't give up on you. If you're sick and your friends are sick and your loved ones are sick and and every single one of you watching knows somebody that just died from this or is dying from this or has the blood clots and the cancers and all of that crap that's going on right now as a result of this. And if you do, and you ask Him for help, I promise you He will guide you there. So please do that, because I don't want to keep talking to the people that I'm speaking to now. I don't want to talk to you in spirit no more. You guys are too young and too precious and too amazing for me to keep doing that. I can't. It's breaking my heart. It's literally made me question, can I keep doing this? Can I keep doing this work? If all of the people that I'm trying to help are crossing over anyway, and there's nothing I can do to stop it because they think I'm nuts. Welcome to my world. People have thought I was nuts my whole life. It's nothing new. But now it's like lives literally depend on it. And you guys, thank you for bearing with me for a little while here. Because like I said, this is just.
There's others that are agreeing with that saying, nothing, something's not right.
What did you say?
Oh, sorry, it unmuted.
Oh, I'm like, oh, good. Somebody's jumping in. Somebody say something. Okay. I keep telling the dead, don't you dare make me cry. I'm wearing mascara. That's not going to be pretty on camera. It's bad enough I'm having a crazy hair day. Whew. Let's get to your messages, you guys. I got my cards here in case anybody would like me to use your card or to see what I mean. I'm going to take a clearing energy here, or clearing breath, clear the energy, and then get into your messages from Spirit. Okay. Who do I even want to go to first? I got to put on my glasses to see who's here. Andrea, I got to go to you first. I think I've been seeing just the top of your head the whole time I'm talking, and I know you've got people that are ill. I know you've got something going on with your husband, and as I'm talking, I can see them pointing to you, and I can see them literally flashing the words John Baxter over my head. Huh. Interesting. Are you ready to do this? You got to take me off mute, though.
I'm ready. And can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I love you, Tracy. You're amazing. And I will always be here to support you.
Thanks, hun.
You brought so much peace to my life, just knowing that, I can talk to my loved ones. And I know they're here. I know they're around me all the time.
Yeah, they are. And they're all fighting on that side. I don't want to hear from anybody on that side anymore to tell me that they were murdered, you know? I can't. Not that your girls were. I know that they weren't. They passed in other ways. But I think it's interesting that I could feel I just gave that speech and then they're pointing at you because I know that your husband has had some health issues recently. And
Mhm.
so I really, 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 they're showing me again. It's funny. They're like, yes, John Baxter, John Baxter. So I was just watching this video this morning. He's got these paddle things. And because everything is frequency and whatnot, right? So have you ever seen those paddles that the kids use to play catch? You get them from the dollar store and the tennis ball like sticks to it. It's like
Yeah.
those round paddles and back and forth. That's what kind of these paddles look like. And you put them on different areas of the body and you put them on for like 10-15 minutes at a time and you slowly work your way up to it, and this completely heals different organs in the body and whatnot. He specifically was talking about kidneys and other things like that going on. So your girls are telling me to tell you to check this out. And pain. There's this really cool wand looking thing that I'm going to check out when we're done. I just haven't had time. And it targets the pain through this little electricity voltage stuff or whatever. And apparently eliminates any kind of joint pain, any kind of like, it can take away a headache in 10 minutes, et cetera, et cetera. This type of thing. They're showing that you need to get him or maybe check into some of these therapies for him. Why do they keep taking me to the back, hun?
My husband,
Yes.
he broke 8 ribs and he's healing.
Yeah.
And then when he was having his CT scan for his ribs, they came across a nodule in his lung, which he had to go for a CT scan to rule out lung cancer. But we just got the results from the doctor,
Mhm.
and he said that everything was fine. But my husband never questioned anything. He never asked what it was, and it was a phone consult. So
But your girls are taking me to the back. They're telling me like I felt extreme back pain. See, I've never had broken ribs, so I don't know if that's something that comes with the broken ribs or something. All I know is they showed me your husband, they showed me the paddles, they gave him the paddles, and then I said, "What is this for? What is this for to treat?" And they showed me this immense pain that went all the way from the base of my neck all the way down to the back of my tailbone. Interesting.
I don't know, unless he's in pain and he hasn't said anything to me, but there's definitely something going on with him because he's just,
Not speaking properly, yeah, there's that lack of, when say not speaking properly, what I mean is there's a communication thing there. And I think
well,
this,
he's just different, right?
yeah,
He goes to bed really early, and my husband is like the Energizer Bunny. He never stops, and he's always going to bed early, and he's just, to me, when I look at him, he looks unhealthy.
yeah. Did he?
Did he?
I can't say it. Did he do it?
Yeah.
Please go see that site for me, okay? Because there is things that you can do here, and I know that your girls are like I love your girls. They just said, "Don't you dare cry on us," because we brought her here years ago for this moment, so that when this moment came, that you would be able to get the tools that you need to get to the next stage. But I want you to understand that most of the people in that profession that we used to trust, we can't. Do you understand? If you look for these alternative healing technologies, that's why she was showing me the pain wand as well. I think that's what's going on, and that's why they showed me the lack of communication, because your husband takes great pride in being able to take care of his family and being the man of the family. So for him to be in great deals of pain would worry you beyond worry, and he
Mhm.
doesn't want that for you. So I feel like he's trying to keep it quiet right now. There's also something when you go look him up and you go onto his site, look up what he calls sauces. Now, I haven't done a huge amount of research into this, but these are apparently different gels or topical things that we apply onto the skin that help detox these different metals and things from our bodies. I just know that they're saying, Mom, get excited because we've got the answers for you. I can't tell you, when I watched that, the more I watch John Baxter and I see the technologies that he's producing, and I read the research on him and on what he's doing, the more it makes me cry, and the more I can't even describe the way that I feel inside, because it takes a situation of like hopelessness and it brings hope back into it. It brings life back into the equation. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
I've been off work since May,
yeah.
and I'm supposed to be going back. December 3rd is December 3rd, I'm supposed to be going back. And I don't even know if I work in healthcare, and I don't even know if I want to go back. People that aren't getting are losing their jobs, and I just don't
Mhm.
know if I don't agree with it.
Thank
And
you.
I don't know if I love my job, but I don't know if I want to go back to that. There's just so much politics
Yes,
right
and
now.
that it's not politics. You got to understand there's a war going on in this world right now, and it's not the typical war. It's not a war with guns and grenades and bombs. This is a war for your mind. And
I
if you
know.
don't, and but what you're saying to me is I'm against them enslaving us, and I want to fight back I want to fight back about this, even though I did take this. I don't want my children and my grandchildren to grow up in that kind of world where this could happen. So I want to fight back for it. That's
Mhm.
God in you saying no. And we need more people to do that, because you're right. It's not about if you've got it or if you don't got it. It's about the fact that one size fits all does not fit in human biology. It just
Yeah.
doesn't. Ask anyone, ask any school any parent who's not allowed to send a peanut butter sandwich to their child's school in elementary. We know
Yeah.
this.
I was
So,
just I was just faced with that. I had no idea. No one said anything. And my son loves peanut butter, and I sent him to school with a peanut butter sandwich, and I got an email saying that we weren't allowed because he had, there's some kids in his class that
yeah.
have.
But yet everybody is supposed to get this, right? No problems. No. If you go to the CDC website and you look up the complications from this thing, you will see Bell's palsy is a big one. So
Yeah.
we've got people with Bell's palsy. The biggest things that I'm seeing from this side of the fence are people that are in extraordinary amounts of pain and cannot move, people with Bell's palsy, people that are like seizures, people that are having, it causes what are called shiznit. What is the name of those microclots? I can't remember. There's a specific name for the microclots, but it causes microclots. Now, this is what I was saying earlier, is when they increase the 5G, if you think of the frequency that it increases like that, have you ever seen what have you ever seen, like, you take put on a piece of paper or something a bunch of like rice or something, and you put it on top of a speaker, and then you turn the speaker on. Now that all of the
Yeah.
vibration from all of that is going to make patterns and things, right?
Yeah.
So when you get all of that metal, that graphene oxide in our bodies, and they crank up the frequency, what do you think that does in our bodies? And then it causes the clots, it causes the strokes, it causes the heart attacks. So you got to get yourself detox from that. And just one more thing. I just want to say this. This is the other thing that the angel told me to say this morning. Is that for any of you that are out there asking, saying, but I have to get this because my job said to. I want you to ask this. Ask yourself this. If something happens to you, how are you gonna take care of it? How are you gonna, if you have adverse reactions to this, how are you going to care for your family then? Because you don't qualify for EI, or not for EI, for workers' compensation. You don't qualify for that. If you get this and you get adverse reactions, you don't qualify for that. And your employer who mandated it takes no legal responsibility for you whatsoever. You're on your own. That's just insane to me. Just think about that before you do that. So, long story short, I'm going to move on here, but I want you to know that your girls are like more excited than I am right now. They're like jumping up and down and extremely excited, because this is what I think you needed to hear today, was how to make him better. Because he's not telling you how much pain he's in. You're seeing what's going on around you, and you're not quite understanding why he's not communicating this to you. That's fear. I think he's a little afraid that, and he doesn't want to worry you. Do you know what I mean? So if you can look into getting the true healing technologies, I think you guys are going to be just fine, because they're really excited about this. And as far as work goes, make your choice based on love for yourself and your family, and you will not go wrong. I promise you. And so if you're worried that you don't want to take this job because you would be stepping into somebody's shoes that, got laid off, or got taken away from them because they couldn't get this, then please know that you have my biggest, deepest respect. And I hope that more people will have the kahunas to take that stance, because unless we stand together as people and say no, then they're going to keep doing this. People comply because they just want it to be over, but it will never be over if they continue to comply. So if you say no to this, God will bring you something better, and he will bring you something that you don't have to sacrifice your integrity for. And not just that, you're in healthcare in some way, you said, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, isn't that interesting that your husband is getting a little bit ill, and they're giving you the technologies that you need to fix him? So in the new world, when we build this new world moving forward, and I'm not talking their build back better bullshit. I'm talking about, because when they say that, they plan to destroy the old, right? I'm not talking about that. God's giving us the tools to help each other. He gave me the tools to learn how to talk to the dead so that I could be here at this moment talking to each one of you. And he's given you the tools right now to heal your husband. And if this is your passion in healthcare, you can use those tools and then start helping other people heal. Do you see what I'm saying? So now you will have a new job built in, a career that you can feel proud of moving forward, not one that has to sacrifice your integrity. Does that make sense? Sorry, I keep
I
butting
am
in.
working on a new career change.
Well, keep asking them as you move forward in this, because that's what they're showing me, is being redirected moving forward, and giving you those tools to heal yourself and your family will allow you to move forward, healing other people. I do feel that whatever that career change is, you're still going to be helping people heal. I can feel it wafting off of you. So you got to understand that those of us who are healers, though, we don't just wake up with the knowledge to heal. We have to be inspired to have to want to heal. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes by healing ourselves, and we get the knowledge on how we healed ourselves, now we have the ability to heal other people. And that's the situation I feel like you're in. You're in a living example that is inspiring you to take the steps that you need to do to be the healer that you can be, because their soul's depending on you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Please know they're with you. They just won on either side. Mwah! And then they're talking about going trick or treating with you and the little guy this
Oh,
Halloween. They were there. I feel like there was some kind of sign or something that you saw on Halloween night or something because she just said, "Yep, that was us." Was there a house that like scared the bejoobers out of him? Do you know what I mean? I felt startled and she's laughing. The one of your daughters is laughing.
a little bit, yeah.
She's, aw, it was a beautiful night for trick or treating. I just know that they went with you the whole time. She said short and sweet. So I don't think you guys went out for a huge amount of time, or I
No,
don't think you went for like hours on end like my kids. I have older kids, so they're like, we're never going home. We're out from 6 till 10 if you let them, like jeepers, creepers. But they're showing me like short and sweet. Do you know what I mean by that?
yeah.
Please know they were with you and they're with you here now. Okay, I'm gonna let them pull their energy back. I hope that was helpful though.
Thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome. Okay, Zena, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
Hi,
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Just meal prepping.
You're in the middle of cooking?
I'm just prepping, like throwing it in the slow cooker for till tonight.
Okay. Are you able to just sit down and do the connection
Yeah,
exercise for me for 1
I'll just
minute?
shut it off. Yeah, I'll just shut it off. Tell me then. Oh, sorry.
You'll I didn't catch any of that, but that's okay. You just tell me when you're ready.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. So I want you to sit with both feet flat on the floor. And I want you to
Mhm.
close your eyes. And then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body. And then I want you to blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay. So you can go ahead and get comfortable, Zena, any way that you need to get comfortable now. This beginning part is what I call the puzzle dump. Are you familiar with that phrase?
Yeah.
Okay, you're one of my newer members, so I don't remember who your loved ones are on the other side, so I'm kind of starting all over again. And because I've had so much else going on, it's easier for me to just start over. Makes sense?
Okay. Yep.
So right away, I have a mother figure that steps forward. She goes right above you. She's like very connected. I don't know if this is mom or grandma, but very too young to be on the other side. There's a father figure that's over there, but he does go one above you. That's interesting. I almost feel like there's two father figures on that side. I think this is grandfather's on the other side. I'm hearing daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, somebody who's on dad's side of the family. And I think dad must be still here because I saw the white blanket go around his shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody who has health or stress issues. I'm seeing a baby. Now that sounds familiar, I believe. I don't know if that's you, but I think it's you. There's something about a baby, the little girl, if I'm not mistaken. And then the mother figure puts the white blanket around her shoulders and said over, and then she laughed. She's like, you can't really say that, right, Tracy? It's not over my dead body because my body's already dead. She's like, over my soul. This will never get past my soul. You understand? You can't. Oh, I see. There's some kind of protection going on there that she's trying to make a point that you can't infiltrate that protection because you might be able to take out a body, but you can't take out a soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is your mom on the other side, hun?
No.
So this mother figure comes through very strong, and so you got to remember that it's not enough for them to show me or to say grandma or mom or auntie or anything like that, because you might have 5 people on the other side that match that description, right?
Mhm.
So they will show me the details that will help you differentiate who they are. So she's showing me that she's above you. She's like a mother figure to you. She's making me feel like she was very close to you. She's very bossy, I'll tell you that, in a sense, not in a negative way, but in a I would do what she says kind of way, like kind of the
Uh-huh.
matriarch of the family kind of feeling. Slow this down. Again, when I say this, I do hear daddy's hands. So that could indicate if your dad's still here in the physical world, which I think he is because they keep putting the white blanket around this person's
Yes,
shoulders.
he is.
So is his mother on the other side?
Well, my grandparents are like that raised him and that raised me.
Yeah. There you go. Sorry. So that makes perfect sense. So, like I said, she comes through making me feel the energy that will help you differentiate who they are. She feels like a mother figure to me. And so, even if your technical biological mom's not on the other side, if your grandmother raised you and she's like a mother to you, then this
Yeah,
is
she
where I
was.
feel the mother figure. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and my grandfather just passed away last on Christmas, like just this past Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're together. They're coming
Yeah.
forward together. Um,
Okay, awesome.
But your grandmother's funny, I got to be honest with you, because she's making me feel like she died too young. And,
He
um,
did.
pardon?
He did, yeah, in like her 40s.
Oh, okay, so she's not exaggerating. Because she's like showing me pictures of her. That's exactly how I see her, like when she's in her 30s or 40s. That's why I said she's funny, because she's not showing me her old at all. Like I do not see her aged whatsoever, and she has no qualms about it. She's like, I'm beautiful. She's like, I'm still beautiful on this side.
Yeah.
So then when your grandfather gets there, I can feel the reunification there. But here's the thing, more bigger than that, I feel peace between the two of them. Do you understand that?
Hmm.
I don't know, there was some type of separation or discord before she passed, or your grandfather had a lot of pain from her passing. I'm not sure how to understand that, because she's showing me that they have made peace on that side now that he's there, that your mom has, or sorry, see, she feels like a mom, that she has been able to have peace in her heart with grandpa. Do you understand that?
Hmm. Yeah, it was very sudden, like in her sleep. And
Yeah.
and then they were like over 10 years apart. Like that was like, okay, it was like 15 years ago when, and then my Muslim, well, like my grandfather just passed away on Christmas. And she passed away, yeah, like 14 years ago in 2007.
Your grandfather said he wasn't sad to go, but at the same time, it's not like he wanted to go because he didn't want to be here with you guys, but he didn't mind being able to go see her.
Yeah.
Interesting. Considering the subject we were just talking about here, he showed me this, which is my symbol for being diagnosed with something or an illness that carries on for some time.
He had
Um,
diabetes and he also had like, yeah, so he was on dialysis too.
yeah. Please know he's not suffering on the other side anymore in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's why he said it the way that he said it. It's not that I wanted to go, because he makes me feel like he was still kind of young. Like I'm seeing somebody in their 70s, to be honest with you.
I
Maybe.
think he was like 50, 60. He
That's
wasn't
what I
70
mean. Like
though.
I'm not seeing somebody that's old. Do you know what I mean? And the way
Mhm.
he's bringing it up is that I'm not sad to be on this side, even though I went kind of young, because I'm reunited with my wife.
Yeah. I
Uh,
know that he like missed her really a lot, so that's what brought comfort, I guess. And he was sick, right? Like he was losing his limbs to diabetes, and he was on dialysis and in a wheelchair, but still like in good spirits all the time.
so he kissed your cheek, and then, okay, slow this down. Your grandma doesn't want to let him do any talking. She's like, you just had 15 years with her more than I got. So push over there. It's my turn.
She always comes through though.
Yeah, I know, because see, she missed
I've
you.
been like wanting to hear from him. 'Cause she's been coming through like every time I talk to you.
So funny. Because she shows me this, which is either, I don't know if you could see this, the two fingers going together, which is my symbol for being very close and how much she loved you. There's a
Mhm.
feeling of like when you say that, she's like, fine, you can talk to him, but she's like all jealous because he got to spend so much extra time with you. All she wants to do is have a chance to talk to you, and you're talking to him. She's like, fine, I'm going to tell on him. He's smoking. Oh, did he quit some time ago?
I didn't even know that he smoked. I've never once seen him smoke. She used to smoke,
Oh, that's funny.
but she had to quit.
So she's smoking. It's not him. Nice try. See, she keeps interrupting. I just heard he's smoking. She's gonna get him smoking on that side. She's funny. Slow this down. He said, "Thank you for the way that you laid me to rest." He goes, "In all seriousness," he said, "Thank you for the way that you laid me to rest." And then he specifically takes me to, now, please forgive me. I feel like I'm going to butcher this in a sense because I'm not as familiar with some of the native traditions and cultures as I wish I was. And I feel like there's a native culture or connection here. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
There's something about thank you for the way that you laid me to the rest and what you laid me to rest in. I don't know what this is about the attire, but he's showing me the attire that he was. I don't know if this is buried or cremated or how to understand this, but there's something
Oh.
special about the
But
attire.
he put I know that there was moccasins on him, but I don't know if they put anything else. Like he did have a ribbon shirt on.
Yeah, I can feel that there's something, and he was buried, correct?
Yeah.
Because he's thanking everyone for what they did, for how they laid him to rest, but more specifically for what they laid him to rest in. And if you've been watching me long enough, you know that I don't think I've ever said those words before. Well, maybe once or twice early on, way back when it's come through. Thank you for the outfit you put me in. Sometimes they'll say thank you for burying me in my boots, or you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
it's what I call randomly specific. It's a random detail that has specific meaning to who it's for at that moment, at that time. It's not something that gets said to anyone else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Please know that he's safe and at peace on the other side. He loves you very much. And he just put the white blanket around your dad's shoulders. Isn't that interesting? And you heard everything that you heard at the beginning of this for a reason. Just remember that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you start to notice family members around you, and it's interesting that your grandfather would be especially invested in this subject right now if he suffered through a condition through most of his life. Wouldn't it be incredible if there was treatments for those types of conditions coming up in the future so that nobody ever has to suffer from them anymore ever again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if maybe your dad has that diabetes as well, because I know that they're very invested in making sure that he's okay right now. I don't know what stress or why they're putting that white blanket around his shoulders. I just know it means health or stress. And that they're very much emphasizing that some of the information you were given today may help you look in a new direction for the answers that you haven't been able to find in the old direction. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I'm trying to connect it, but I don't know.
So, has dad had some health or stress issues recently?
Health.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you about. So, what I've said in the beginning of this broadcast today, this live that we're doing today, was I talked about a bunch of different healing modalities that are available to us if we look in a different direction than the medical community, right? Do you understand
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah.
So that is why they're showing me that they're putting this white blanket over dad's shoulders, because whatever condition he is suffering from could possibly be healed in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's been seeing specialists about it.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I encourage you to go back and listen to the beginning of this broadcast again, because those
Okay.
people in our society that have been running things at the top are not always the people that we can trust, right?
Okay.
So a lot of the people that are called specialists are, um, let's just say that their investment is not in our health the way that we think it is. It's
Mm-hmm.
just not. So I really just encourage you, because a lot of the people that I've been talking to that are now on that side that I was speaking to last year here in the physical world, they looked towards those specialists for their answers. And now they're in spirit form. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Now you could think I'm crazy all you want, and that's okay. But when it's your loved one that's on the line and you've tried everything else, I just promise, I'm begging you to just keep this in the back of your mind somewhere. And then
Mm-hmm.
try a new direction moving forward, because that's what they're
Okay.
showing, that they're watching over him. And then as far as the baby girl goes, is she walking or something? Or maybe this is crawling, because I'm feeling the mobility. And your grandma goes, now look out. I'm seeing baby gates going up everywhere. And I'm feeling like, now we got to get
Mm-mm.
serious.
No, she's a newborn still.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
like 5 weeks, but I have a lot of stairs in my house. Like that's what I'm worried about. Like I'm trying to like
Uh,
looking into moving and stuff because I'm worried about all the stairs in my house and how small it is.
So this is why she's showing me this. I'm seeing baby proofing going on all over the place, and I'm wondering why the heck I'm seeing that, thinking that you have a toddler that's crawling or something, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the reason why she would be showing me this is because she knows what you're thinking. I don't, right? I'm not in your head, I'm not in your life, but your loved ones who are in pure energy, they can read your thoughts. They can feel your thoughts, hear your thoughts, however you want to interpret that. And so she knows this is a concern for you. And she said, even if you don't move right away, she can help you baby proof it in such a way that it's not going to be a concern. But if you want to move, then visualize the house that you want to be in instead of the dangers around you. Because
Okay.
when you're visualizing the stairs and you're worrying about the stairs, all I'm seeing is baby proofing stairs, because now we got dangers and stairs. I'm not seeing a brand new house somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you want
I
the brand new
know.
house, you have to visualize the brand new house and get excited about moving to the brand new house. Then you
Okay.
start physically packing. And when your husband is like, why are we packing? We don't have a house yet. You just say, I don't know what's coming. So why wait? I don't go to the dentist and say, okay, dentist, start drilling. And if it hurts, then you can freeze me. You know it's going to hurt. So you get the freezing first, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
know you're moving and you start putting those energies into physical motion, then you start the vibrational motion going forward, and the universe just responds. You're saying to the universe, I need a bigger space that has better space for my baby. I know I'm moving. I'm starting to pack already. I know God's going to send me the right place. I know my grandma's already working on it. And
Mm-hmm.
you're going to actively look for the right place, and then bam, it will come in at exactly the right moment at exactly the right time. But if you
Okay.
focus on the stairs and the problem, then you just get more problem.
Okay. Yeah,
Make
I've been
sense?
like purging though, like getting rid of lots of stuff. But I'm like, I need to move, and I was like trying to ask them to help me, like find a house.
There you go. So get excited about moving. You don't ask in the sense of, help me find a house. I'm never going to find one. I can't find one. If you ask in that kind of energy, then you
Mm-hmm.
get no house. If you get excited, let's just say I said to you right now, Zena, there's a house. I see a house in the future. You're moving there in like 3 months and it's your dream house. Are you still feeling like, oh, I can't find one, and that energy that you were before? Or are you
No,
feeling
you
like,
get excited.
exactly, that's the energy, that excited energy that pulls that into your reality? Do you understand?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Get excited, know that they're there and that they will help you through all of this, anything that you need. And if dad is not getting the health that he is hoping for through these quote quote specialists, I beg of you to look in a new direction.
Okay.
All right. There, she's pulling her energy back.
Mm.
Do you have a braid in your hair right now?
I just cut my hair and I styled it last night while the baby was sleeping. But I've been putting like bear grease in my hair to thicken it, and it's like our medicine to like thicken our hair. But it's too short to braid. Like I want to braid it, but I finally like I did something with my hair and I put bear grease in it and I styled, like I finally was able to like take a bath and style it, and I couldn't like with my newborn, but she was sleeping.
That's so funny. Because your grandma, as she pulled her energy back, she showed me like braiding your hair. And that's why I'm like, do you have a braid in your hair?
Oh, it could. Well, we're supposed to braid our hair when we put like the bear grease in, but I didn't even. I just
Oh,
had it tied up. But they were the one, like I was raised cultural by them, and they were the ones that taught me that like you have to have your hair braided when you put this in.
so that's what she's saying to you. See, I wouldn't know what that means, right? That's what I'm
Yeah, we're
talking
supposed
about
to
when I
have
say
it
I'm just,
braided, but mine was just in a bun like for 2 days. I didn't braid it, and I was like, I don't want to braid it.
I love that. I love that. So know that they were with you when you're doing that because I know absolutely nothing about this. I'm
Yeah, they
just
were.
the interpreter.
Yeah. Okay.
Aw,
Nice.
they love you very much. They're pulling their energy back on. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, Melva, I think I'm going to go to you. Amanda, I'm not sure. I might do you today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. This is Amanda Sheaves that's on here right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Because your grandma is like, are you writing notes?
Yeah, I literally have been looking up everything you've been saying because
Good.
I obviously got the,
Yeah.
thing, and it's been obviously looming in the back of my head. I've been looking for stuff, and you said it, and I've been looking it up.
Good.
So I'm feeling a little bit better, at least having a direction to go in to. So I feel good because I was
Good.
definitely, ugh,
Awesome.
ever since I
Because
did it, I was like, oh my God, what? Ugh.
Well, because as soon as I said I'm going to go to Melva, and then what I heard your grandma say was good because she's taking notes. She's here to listen. You can talk to her next time. She needs to
Yeah.
focus and listen. That's what your grandma said.
Yeah, no, I've been taking all the stuff you've been saying and writing it down.
All
Yeah,
right.
I really
Well,
appreciate it.
good. I thank you for that because
Yeah.
if this helps even one person, then I'm going to feel better because it's just so hard for me to watch what's going on right now from my position. So when you guys tell me that it actually helped you, that means everything to
Yeah.
me.
Well, and I
So
think because I know deep down that like I just didn't want to do it, and I did feel that pressure, and I just have felt so about it ever since I did it, and now
Yeah.
at least having like a way forward or like a place to look is such a reassuring feeling. So I really appreciate it.
Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to Milva here. How are you doing, my friend?
Kind of nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Wow. I love your energy. Don't be nervous at all. Okay, interesting. See, I just totally went somewhere. Sorry. Let's do this. You ready? Both feet flat
Yeah.
on the floor. I want you to close your eyes. And when I'm done talking, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body. And I want you to blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Uh, Interesting. Oh, Melva, you have so many people around you. I don't even know where to start. I want to start. So you understand what the puzzle dump means, right?
Yes.
There's a lady that steps forward that's taking me to the throat, and she's making me feel like there's something to do with throat that she couldn't speak before she passed, or there's throat something. It's different than normally when they take me here and they show me a lack of communication. I literally feel physical pain or an inability to breathe going down my throat with this person. Do you know who that is?
Oh,
I feel like I can't swallow. She goes one above you. I don't know if somebody had like throat cancer or something like this, but
oh, maybe my sister. No.
yeah, she's taking a deep breath. When you said that, I see, I can tell if we're right or not because if they ease the feeling, then we validated it. If
Oh,
it doesn't go away, then we're not validating it.
probably one of my grandmothers then.
No, 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 no. It went away when you said your sister, but she's not done talking. She's
Oh,
still
yeah?
talking. She
Oh,
took
okay.
me right there and I felt this constriction. How do you understand the constriction in the breath or the throat before she
Um,
passed?
I wouldn't know. Not.
You don't know how she passed? Isn't this interesting?
No, I know she passed from cancer, but it was not in the throat. Not that I know of. Maybe she had a hard time breathing, but I do know that there's on my daughter's side, there's the grandmother that passed from kind of like breathing
There we
problems.
go. Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing you have to keep in mind is it's not enough for me to say grandma or mom or dad or anything like that, because a lot of times we'll have like three people. As you just saw the lady before, I said your mom, and it turns out that this is her grandmother who raised her. So feels like a mom to me. Do you know what I mean? I feel the love
Yeah.
bonds, so I can
Yeah.
feel it a little bit different. What's important is the signs and symbols that they give me, because those don't change. They will give me the specific details that will help you know who's speaking. So the person that is coming through is the person that had the problem in the throat area. They're coming through. The lady. So if this is one of the grandmothers that literally had a throat thing, then this is her coming forward, because she's giving me the details that will differentiate her from the other women. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, when I first did the connecting to you, Melva, I felt an enormous amount of people around you that are kind of ill right now. Do you understand that? There's a lot of
Like
people around
here
you
on here in like
in the
in the
physical realm right now. There is a lot of people around you that are dealing with, because what I saw, I'm going to tell you what I saw when we connected to your energy. I saw this lady step forward. I saw a whole bunch of other souls around them, and they took you. You know how you've heard me say that the white blanket, when they put the white blanket over somebody's shoulders, that means that they're
yeah,
watching over somebody with health or stress issues. They took a
yeah,
white tarp and they put it around your whole family. I've never seen that before.
yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Well,
That means,
okay.
that tells me that your family has been under a lot of medical or anxiety stress recently. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We've been going through a lot of like the last time you read for me, you said that like a whole bunch of us are moving around and
Do you see what I'm saying? She's doing this. You see me
yeah,
doing this? She's showing me
yeah,
everybody is in different spots. Everybody is very stressed. And what's interesting, you know how they've all
yeah,
been trying to keep us all 6 feet apart, right? You know how they've been
yes.
doing that? You gotta stop listening to that BS, and everybody needs to come back
Okay.
together, because our
Okay.
bodies together produce an electricity. This is how, you know how you can take babies, and if you don't love them when they're born, when they're little, they'll die if you don't give them love. If you take people and you separate them from each other and they're not able to come together and love each other the way they need to, then we have conditions going on like drug abuse, like suicides, like medical conditions, conditions that arise through stress, through all of these other things. And it's just a bunch of crap. Do you understand? Love each
Yeah.
other. Get back together. I hear
Okay.
happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. I hear it 4 times. So I feel like there's 4 birthdays that are coming up or just passed that we need to get together and celebrate. What's in November? In between October and November, and maybe a little bit of December, there's like this period of this season of birthdays. Do you understand that?
Yeah. My mom's birthday was yesterday. And my nephew's birthday was yesterday too.
Aw. And there's still two
Um,
more because they showed me 4 happy birthdays coming up, either just passed or coming up. So within a month or so period, there's at least
Yeah.
4.
There's my sister's birthday. Hers was on the 5th. Mine's like not until December 5th. So
Isn't that funny? I said like the last month or
6.
so and maybe the beginning of December. There you go. Just so you know,
Yeah.
your birthday is pretty special to me. I don't think I'll forget your birthday anymore ever again because that's my grandfather's birthday. And he
Oh,
was one of the most
nice.
precious people in the whole world to me. So December 5th is his birthday. So this down. Did you hear the beginning part about where I was talking about that whatever you need, just ask and they will bring it to you?
Yes.
Because your mom must be still here in the physical world, correct?
Yep, she's still here.
Okay. The reason why I know that is because they showed me the lady above you. They put the white blanket around her shoulders. And then
Mhm.
it's the lady above her that is stepping forward. So this would be your grandmother, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
This is not the same lady that I was talking to before. This lady shows me the mind. She takes me to the mind, which is my symbol for dementia, Alzheimer's, stroke, aneurysm, some type of communication issue before she passed. Do you understand that? With mom's
Yes.
mom? Okay. Because bringing, she's the one that's bringing up mom and especially the health issues and stuff that's going on with mom right now. And she said, ask me for what you need and I will bring you the answer. But
Okay.
here's something else I've been seeing. Are you growing herbs or something? See, I'm not a gardener and I don't know what this means, but I'm seeing like I'm hearing in my head chia, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Like chia pet, and I'm seeing like herbs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why am I seeing
No,
chia?
yeah. I'm
Do you have
thinking about growing plants.
like girl?
Uh,
I can see it in my head. They're telling
yeah.
you to start with like a chia plant or something, but I'm seeing literal herbs, not
Okay.
just plants, like herbs, like the kind that we eat and things like that, like
Like
true medicine.
oregano and stuff. Yeah.
I feel like true medicine, like literally growing. I don't know. When you say you've been thinking about starting to grow plants, just so you know, I feel like if you feed that thought, it's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And God's going to give you everything that you need to make that bigger. And I can see like a greenhouse going up, even in the middle of winter, and just this going
Yeah.
bigger and bigger and bigger because I feel like you're being drawn there. You're being compelled to do this. It's a thought that won't leave your head, right?
Yeah. It's always there.
That's
Like, okay,
God. That's God.
okay.
That's
Okay.
God. He speaks in our
Yeah.
gut. It's a knowing. It's a knowing. Slow this down. You have a brother on the other side, Milva?
Yep, I have 2.
So this one, he says that he was the big one. He was very close with you. I feel like you and him were closer than anything. Well, then at least you were closer than with the other one. He just feels like more almost like a dad as much as a brother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He feels very big too. Is your brother like a big guy?
Yeah. He was.
He said you forgot handsome, Tracy. You forgot to say how handsome I was.
Yeah, he was.
You know what? I see some kind of picture of him, and it's some kind of traditional picture, though. I got to be honest with you. I feel like when I say traditional, now maybe I'm butchering the way I say this. Forgive me if I say something wrong. I mean no disrespect, but I'm seeing somebody in a native gear with like a feather or something, and I feel like this is a picture of your brother.
Okay.
Do you know what he's showing me?
I'm not too sure. There's like a lot of pictures on my brothers and my sister's walls, so they might have one of him
Is
there.
there something of him dressed in this type of, I call traditional cultural gear, or
Probably, yeah, he wore his like, we wear ribbon shirts, it's called. So he probably had one of those on.
he's been sending feathers? First of all, the reason why he brought that up is because somebody just did something with the pictures or moved the pictures. So he said, thank you for remembering me or honoring me. I feel like his name is still mentioned, or there's something about we're still being remembered or something like this. So he's thanking them for that. Slow this down. And then he's showing me the feathers that he keeps leaving around somebody. Have you found the feathers recently? Have you been finding feathers?
Um, I don't know if it is for me,
I
but
think it's for
I
your
always
mom.
look for feathers. I always look for feathers anyway, so.
I think
Um,
I think a lot of this is for your mom, I'll be honest with you, because he just said thank you. And when I said for what, he said for mom. And I see that white blanket again, so I know that you've been trying to help take care of mom. So your brother's stepping forward to thank you for what you're doing with mom and sending feathers.
okay,
I feel like maybe if your mom just found some, that's his way of getting a message to her from him.
okay, yeah,
And as far as you go, he said, girl, we don't have too much. There's not too much that we need to say other than you are picking up the message of what you need to do. I feel like you've been asking, okay, how do I get from where I am to the next stage? And it's interesting because I don't think you have a full picture of where you want to go yet. I feel like you're in the process of trying to develop where you want to go, almost like somebody who's planning a vacation. You know you're going to take a vacation, you just don't know the destination yet. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
This is
yeah.
the energy that I feel you're in. And I want you to know that the plane doesn't take off until you know where you're going. Because you can't get on a plane going to somewhere new if you don't know where you're going. So you have to have an idea of what you want to do and then get on the plane to go there. And just remember, it's not final. Okay, your sister just
Yeah,
said this. She said, just remember that if you start on a journey today, and you take this trip to Mexico, and let's say you don't want to stay in Mexico, you get on a plane and you go a new direction. You can always change course at any point in time. But I feel like
okay,
they've been giving you this uh, impulse, this instinct to take this new step as far as the herbs and the plants and things like that go. And I know that you can't see exactly where that goes yet, but there is a destination that takes you.
okay.
She just said ask her why she wants to grow the plants. Why is it important to
Why?
you to start growing plants? Why would that be important to you?
Um, just for health, my health situation, and I just don't trust, like you were talking about earlier, I just don't trust doctors or specialists. So I really want to, I know there's cures out there like with plants, but it's just,
Yes.
it's
Okay.
just easy, and it's, you don't have to spend like, sell your house just to get better. It's just, you
No, you
just have to
don't.
grow something. Yeah.
Do you understand? You don't come to every single live members reading. You don't come to every single one, but you came to this one, which is exactly the one you needed to come to in order to get the information that will take you on the next step of that path, right? This is why they're
Yeah.
showing that they didn't have a lot to say to you today, other than to know that all of the information that you were given today was to help you in that path. And the way that you get moving forward even more is to visualize first healing yourself. Yes, having the freedom to have unconditional health, unending health, but not just for yourself, for everyone
Yeah.
around you. Visualize that and when you visualize that, knowing that it's going to help not just you, but everyone else around you. And by the way that your family came forward and put that big white tarp over your whole family, that's their way of saying, listen, you're not going to just help yourself, you're going to help your whole family with this. So keep moving forward, one baby step at a time. Baby step, baby step, baby step. You don't have to take a giant leap to go from where you are to where you want to go. Tiny little baby steps will get you there. They got your back. They will bring you whatever you need. You just got to ask the question. Whatever you need. Where do I get soil that I can afford? Okay, here you go. Boom. Next thing you know, you're going to find, like, come across an ad saying 50% off. I bought all this soil. I don't need it. I'll sell it for half price. Or, you know what I mean? I don't know why they're going on about the soil. Must be something. But anyway, this is what they're showing,
It's
right?
important. The soil's really, really important.
So, and see, I have a black thumb. It's not green. I don't have plants in my house unless they're plastic, and that's why. So, I don't know this stuff, but I know that they're showing that they know this stuff, and they will guide you baby step by baby step on your way there.
Okay.
So this down. This is about you feeling better, and it's interesting because I feel like you've been starting to feel better. It's interesting. I feel like the second that you started thinking about having the herbs and taking control back into your own life, having the real medicine in your world, the second that you went from I feel like this is impossible, or I feel helpless and at a loss of control over my own help or over my own health. And the second that you go from that mind frame to, hey, I can control my own health here. I can do things that take control of my own health and make sure I stay healthy. And the minute that you change that mindset, the way you feel in here started to change. And now, because the way you are feeling in here is starting to change, your health is getting better. And it's getting better because God needs you to be strong and healthy to do what he needs you to do on the next stage of this journey. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just know that you're being called. Know that your loved ones are working with God and through you to help take those baby steps to the next direction, to become that example of healing that helps other people see what's possible in your family. And if you see them starting to get sick and starting to depend on those experts, and then you will have the wisdom and the knowledge to point them in the direction of where they can go to get the help they need. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Your grandma just said, by the way, please keep talking to me. She's like, keep talking to me. I'm here. I want to help. She's smelling your house. It feels like it smells so good. I don't know if you just disinfected it or what the heck you did, but she's like sniffing your house up. So whatever that is.
Yeah. No, I just baked muffins.
Oh, all I know is she shows me standing in your kitchen going, ah, doesn't that smell good? And I'm like, okay, well, what does that smell like? I thought maybe you cleaned.
Yeah.
Oh, please know she's with you, because I would not know why she's standing there doing that. Only she does. They're pulling their energy back. I hope that was helpful, hun.
That was helpful.
All right.
One question.
Yes.
Okay. I just like the moving situation. I'm not liking my location, so I'm thinking of moving actually province.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's where
What I heard your
get-
brother say
Yeah.
when you said that, what I heard your brother step forward and say was, it would be nice if we could just tell you need to move to another province, and you would go, oh, okay, I need to move to another province, and start looking for a house in another province, and that would be so much easier. He said, instead, we have to like beat her over the head with it and make it real hard for her to
Yeah.
stay until finally she goes, okay, fine, I will move to another province. Do you see what I'm saying? What is going on here right now is called labor. When you ask that question, I don't even need my cards. It's called labor. So When you get pregnant with a child, that child is, my shirt keeps going down. That child is perfectly happy in your belly for 9 freaking months, right? They're perfectly happy in there. You're not in much pain, they're not in much pain, it's all good. But when it's time for that child to be born, what happens? Becomes painful, becomes tense, becomes very uncomfortable. And that is not happening to punish you. That is happening to let you know that it's time to birth into the next phase of your life. That's what's going on. When life starts to get crunchy and tense and painful like that in one area, it's because you are being birthed into a new area. But if you tell yourself it's too hard, it's too big, I don't have all the answers, I can't do it on my own, then you can't go. You stay where you are. And that's what you were doing for too long, right? So when you start saying everything that I've been saying since the beginning of this, ask the question, ask them for what you need. You need a moving truck? I need a moving truck. You need movers? I need movers. You need help packing? I need help packing. And whatever you need, they will bring it to you. The problem is not to pinch yourself off from the possibility of doing it because you can't foresee where you're going to get the movers or where you're going to get the money or where you're going to get that stuff. You don't need to worry about that right now. Your job is to visualize what you want and let the universe line you up with it. That's all you got to do. So when you ask that question, the only reason that you're not in the new place yet is because you've been too busy being stuck and telling yourself that it's too hard and that you don't have everything that you need in order to make that move. So if I don't have everything I need to make that move, I can't go. But what you have to understand is that you don't get what you need until you ask for it. So if you can't get from where you are to where you want to go unless you ask for the tools that you need along the way. Do you understand?
Okay.
The
Yes.
second that you start asking for what you need, your brother, your sister, your grandma, all of these people that are stepping forward today will be like, order up, got it, on its way. But you have to ask for it first. Understood?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
this is what your brother said. They've already got it waiting. They've got something waiting for you that you are not going to see until you take that leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith
Okay.
is where you know that God has something planned or you're called to do something, even if you can't see. So this move is a good one. Even if you can't see where that house is right now. And it's funny that Spirit keeps using moving as an analogy today. Even if you can't see where that house is, visualize yourself having that house. Visualize yourself moving into it. Start packing the house that you're in now because that puts the energy out there into the universe that we are moving in this direction. And then the universe gives you that back. But if you don't pack and you put out a bunch of, I can't find this. I don't have the tools to do this. I don't have that. I can't move here. Then you get that instead. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
second that you start asking
Okay.
them for the tools that you need, when you take that leap of faith, here's what I wanted to say. Taking that leap of faith is like standing on a ledge. So if you think of my hand as a ledge and you're standing here, right? Here we go. You're standing, here's this guy. He's standing right on the ledge, okay? And now this is like standing on the ledge and God saying, jump, move forward, get that house. And you're going, but I can't, I'm going to fall. There's nothing underneath here. And God's like, well, you'll never know unless you trust me. Jump. And so then you make that choice and you jump. And the second that you jump and you're over here, now guess what? When you look down, you see this big giant net right here. But you couldn't see that net from over here on the ledge. You can only see that net when you get in the air. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there is lots of nets waiting to catch you and to help you along to where you want to go. But you have to take that leap of faith and jump.
Okay. All right.
Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
just so
what I
you know,
wanted
when you
to
do
hear.
this, it's going to happen quicker than you expect because it's been waiting. That's what your brother said. They've been trying to get you to do this for a while. They don't want to beat you over the head with it
Yeah.
anymore. Just make the leap of faith and they will line it up for you.
Okay. Alrighty.
Hmm.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Have an amazing rest of your day, Melva.
You
Oh.
too.
Okay, guys, I'm way over my time. I know that I started late because I had that whole spiel and I couldn't fit everybody in. Ambi, I know I just read for the other day, so I'm not going to feel too bad, but come back again on Saturday. I'm not going to take another Saturday off, I promise you, or next Tuesday, and I will get you in first. And as well, Amanda, who's gone now, but same thing. Come back next week and I will get you guys in first. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh, Amby, I love your hair. Just saying, you just flashed on right at the last second. Did you get your hair cut? Oh, it's in a braid.
It's in a braid.
Looks
Yeah.
so pretty.
Oh,
So
thank you.
I've kind of run out of
Nice to
time
see
here, and I got to
you.
pee so bad my eyes are turning yellow. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it end
No,
here.
it's
But
okay. Just listening helps.
good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good, good, good.
Okay. Have a good day. Thank you
All
for
right,
everything you
guys.
do.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.